Hey friends, welcome. Today we are making this beautiful toque, but before we start, I wanted to tell you my attention changed as I made this tutorial. The gauge that you see on your screen is the updated one, so please pay attention to your starting chain. If you are making a child size like in the tutorial, the beginning stitches have changed. Just use the one on your screen. Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today we will be making this beautiful beanie. I like that these stitches are very thick and it uses a chunky weight number 5 yarn. It is worked in rounds and I love it because it is perfect for chilly days and nights as we are heading into that on this part of the world. It is also perfect for gifts. It comes in different sizes from baby to adult size. The other good thing about this is that it is unisex. You can add a pom-pom for it. You can also just wear it as it is. The other nice thing is it's easier to modify. So if you wanted to make it slouchy, you just need to add more rounds before you start your decreases. You can find a printable version of this on the website and Ravelry. In the chart, you will see how many stitches you need to start for the size you are making. There will be numbers on your screen in parentheses for you to follow. It starts with the smallest to size large throughout the tutorial. Are you guys ready? Let the fun begin. The materials we need for the beanie is, like I said, weight 5 yarn. This is what I'm going to be using. 6.5 millimeter hook. You're gonna need a tape measure, a stitch marker, which you're gonna use for the end of each round, a yarn needle, and a pair of scissors. All right, so I need 57 foundation chains. Okay, I'm gonna start with a slip knot, and we are going to chain 2. I'm gonna yarn over, insert the hook on the second chain, pull up a loop, got 3, yarn over, and pull through all the 3. This is my first foundation chain. I'm going to repeat the same thing. So the child size is about 19 inches in circumference. I'm gonna do this until I get my 57 stitches. I am done with my chains. I've made 56 because I want to show you how I connect my foundation stitches, since we are working our toque in rounds. Okay, and it's just so hard to, and it measures 19. It should be good. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I connect my stitches. I'm going to do yarn over, insert the hook, and pull up a loop, and then we are going to pull up a loop once more. Now I'm going to bring the other end of my chain or foundation chain, making sure you do not twist your work. Okay, so this is the back, this is the front, so make sure that everything is the right side is facing you. So after that, at the bottom of my first stitch, I am inserting the hook, and I am going to make a slip stitch with the very first, the bottom stitch over here. Okay, and then from here I'm finishing up my stitch, and it becomes continuous with this. So once you weave it in, it's just gonna look like one thing. Okay, next I am using a stitch marker, or you can use a different color yarn, just to give you an idea of where your round ends or begins. Okay, because we are doing this in a continuous stitch. So our first stitch is here. Going to yarn over, insert the hook on the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over into the first one, yarn over, and finish our stitch. Do this again, yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop. Without yarning over, you pull through the second loop, yarn over, and finish up your stitch. Let's do that again, yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop. Without yarning over, pull through the middle loop, yarn over, and finish up. So this is how we are going to do our stitch. So continue to do this until we meet up here. I'm done with round 2. I've already put a stitch marker on my first stitch, which indicates the third round for our beanie. Okay, I'm gonna slowly do this again with you. Okay, right, so I'm going to repeat this until the length of my beanie measures about 6 inches or 6.5. Then we start working on the crown to decrease to make that round shape at the top. I have reached my 6-inch height. Oh, there you go. Now it's time to decrease our beanie. Okay, we are going to make 2 stitches together. This is our first decrease, and then we're gonna make normal stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. The next 2 stitches we are decreasing. Then we're repeating. Make normal stitches in the next 3 stitches. It's time to decrease again. Okay, when you're going to repeat until you get to your stitch marker. Okay, I am done with the first decreases. We are going on to the second round. With this one, you are going to make a decrease, make a normal stitch in the next 2 stitches, decrease 2 stitches, and repeat around. Okay, and I'm going to make the first, so this is the first decrease from the previous round. I'm just going to make a normal stitch here. Normally, I like to stagger them so that you don't create space between. So I'm going to have my first decrease in the next 2 stitches here. And then make normal stitches in the next 2. And then decrease. One, 2, then decrease. Okay, repeat, and we will meet at the end of this round. I have reached my 6-inch height. Oh, there you go. Now it's time to decrease our beanie. Okay, we are going to make 2 stitches together. This is our first decrease, and then we're gonna make normal stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. The next 2 stitches we are decreasing. Then we're repeating. Make normal stitches in the next 3 stitches. It's time to decrease again. Okay, when you're going to repeat until you get to your stitch marker. Okay, I am done with the first decreases. We are going on to the second round. With this one, you are going to make a decrease, make a normal stitch in the next 2 stitches, decrease 2 stitches, and repeat around. Okay, and I'm going to make the first, so this is the first decrease from the previous round. I'm just going to make a normal stitch here. Normally I like to stagger them so that you don't create space between. So I'm going to have my first decrease in the next 2 stitches here. And then make normal stitches in the next 2. And then decrease. One, 2, then decrease. Okay, repeat, and we will meet at the end of this round. Okay, I am done with round 2 of decreasing. We are moving on to the next one. I hope you are getting the pattern here. We had 2 stitches in between decreases. Now we are only going to have 1. Okay. Our first decrease. And then we're just going to have 1 normal stitch. And then we're going to have our next decrease. And 1 stitch. Our next decrease. Okay, continue working on your end, and we will meet at the end of the round. Okay, I am done with the 3rd round of decreases, and in this round we are just going to make a normal stitch on each stitch. We are not making any decreases. If you look closely, you're starting to have bigger gaps because of bringing the stitches together. So we are trying to eliminate that gap. So we're going to have 1 half herringbone stitch on each stitch. right, we are getting close. In this round we are decreasing back to back. We are not having any stitches in between our decreases. Okay, so repeat, and we will meet at the end of the round. I have reached the top. This is where I made my first. I got one more to go, one more decrease. This is why it's important to have a stitch marker. It guides you where your round begins and ends. Okay, we are done. Next, we are going to cut the yarn, leave a long tail because we are going to close up the top of our head. Cut yarn and fasten off. Next, I am turning this inside out and then bring it in. I have my yarn needle here. This yarn is thick, so I needed something with a bigger eye. Okay. Next, we are going to put our needle through the top of our stitches. Gonna go in and out. And then cinch it close. And then I'm just gonna go across from one end of the hat to the other side. I'm gonna make like a cross from here and then from one end. To the other side. You can do this as many times as you want, just to make sure the top is secure. Okay, just gonna do one more. My yarn is so thick. All right. And then from here, I'm just gonna move the extra yarn around. If you have any gaps, just put your yarn around to close any. All right, we are done. We're just gonna cut the yarn here. And then I'm gonna go to the beginning of our hat and weave in the ends too. I think that's enough for this, and we cut the yarn, turn it inside out, and voila, we are done with our hat. I hope you had fun and it was easy to follow. Please be sure to share your beanies with me. Either you make it for yourself or for friends or your kids. I would really love to see it, and share them with me on social media, and I'll be happy to tag you on Instagram or Facebook. That's it, guys. We will meet in the next tutorial.